Welcome back to Power Plays Podcast, the show where we unpack Robert Greene's The 48 Laws of Power, one strategic law at a time. I'm Alex.
And I'm Jamie. Last time we kicked things off with Law 1, never outshine the master. Today we're moving to Law 2, which hits even closer to home for a lot of people. Never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to use enemies.
This one's a gut punch when you first read it. Greene writes, "Be wary of friends. They will betray you more quickly, for they are easily aroused to envy. They also become spoiled and tyrannical. But hire a former enemy, and he will be more loyal than a friend, because he has more to prove. In fact, you have more to fear from friends than from enemies. If you have no enemies, find a way to make them."
Whoa, that sounds cold. Like, are we really supposed to distrust our friends and go recruit enemies? What's the core idea here? Why would friends be more dangerous than actual enemies?
It's not about being paranoid or friendless. It's about realism and power dynamics. Friends know your weaknesses intimately. They're close enough to exploit them if envy creeps in. Envy is powerful. When you succeed, a friend might feel diminished by comparison. They get complacent too, expect favors, take you for granted, or turn demanding. An enemy? They start from a place of opposition, so if you win them over, they have everything to prove. They work harder to show loyalty, because one slip could send them back to being an enemy.
Okay, that makes a twisted kind of sense. Give us the big historical transgression example from the book, the one where trusting a friend went horribly wrong.
The classic is Emperor Michael III of Byzantium and his friend Basilius. Michael was emperor in the 9th century, young and impressionable. One day at the stables, a wild horse nearly trampled him. A peasant groom named Basilius calmed the horse and saved the emperor. Michael was so grateful he brought Basilius into the palace, made him a companion, showered him with gifts, promotions, even made him chamberlain and eventually co-emperor.
Sounds like a loyal friendship story so far. What went wrong?
Exactly what Greene warns about. Basilius got spoiled. He started acting entitled, demanding more power. Michael's affection blinded him. He kept trusting, kept elevating. But Basilius, now close enough to plot, orchestrated Michael's murder in his sleep. Basilius became emperor himself. The friend he trusted most became his assassin, because familiarity bred contempt and power hunger overrode loyalty.
Brutal. So the lesson is, don't mix deep personal trust with power stakes. Friends can flip faster because betrayal stings less when they feel entitled. But what about the flip side, the observance, where using an enemy worked?
Greene gives several, but one strong one is from ancient China during the chaotic Three Kingdoms period after the Han Dynasty. Warlords were constantly betraying allies. Smart leaders would recruit defeated rivals or former enemies into their ranks. Why? Those ex-enemies knew betrayal's cost. They'd work overtime to prove themselves useful and loyal. A friend might slack, an ex-enemy can't afford to. Another modern-ish parallel, Abraham Lincoln's team of rivals. During the U.S. Civil War, Lincoln appointed his former political opponents, people who'd run against him or criticized him harshly, Seward, Chase, Bates, to his cabinet. They had more to prove, stayed sharp, and helped him navigate the war. Some became his strongest supporters.
Lincoln's a great example. Shows this isn't just ancient ruthlessness. In today's world, like in Phnom Penh offices or startups here, how does this play out? People hire friends all the time.
Everywhere. Think startup scene in Cambodia. You start a business with your best friend from university. You trust them completely, share equity, passwords, secrets. At first, it's great, but as the company grows, envy creeps in. Maybe you're better at pitching investors or sales boom under your lead. Friend starts feeling overshadowed. Next thing, passive-aggressive comments, withheld info, or worse, they leak ideas or jump ship with clients. I've heard stories locally, family businesses where a cousin or close friend is brought in as manager. They get comfortable, start cutting corners because we're family or friends. When confronted, they guilt trip or betray trust. Strangers or even former competitors you bring in, they often hustle harder to earn their spot.
So should we never work with friends? That seems extreme.
Not never, be selective and set boundaries. Keep friendships separate from business power. If you must hire a friend, treat them professionally. Clear roles, performance metrics, no special treatment. But Greene's point, Don't assume friendship guarantees loyalty in high-stakes situations. Test people with small responsibilities first, and actively consider enemies. Reconcile with a former rival who has skills you need. Offer them a role where they can shine, under your direction. Their gratitude and need to prove makes them reliable.
What if you have no enemies? Greene says make some. How do you do that without being reckless?
Subtly, create mild opposition to sharpen yourself. Compete publicly, take a controversial stand, or challenge someone's idea in a meeting. Enemies keep you alert, expose weaknesses, force improvement. Without them, you get complacent. In politics or business, a visible rival defines your brand. Us versus them, rally supporters. But don't make unnecessary enemies. Greene isn't saying be antagonistic for fun. Choose wisely, someone competent but opposed, not a psycho.
This law feels cynical. Is it just manipulation, or is there a positive side?
It's pragmatic. Humans are driven by self-interest, envy, ego. Ignoring that is naive. The positive,
turning enemies into allies builds stronger teams. Forgiving a rival and giving them purpose can create fierce loyalty. It's not about hating friends, it's about protecting yourself so real friendships can survive without power corrupting them.
Let's get super practical. Scenarios for listeners in everyday life or work here in Cambodia.
Scenario 1. Office politics. Your coworker is a friend. You grab coffee, share gossip. They ask for help on a project. You help a lot. Later, promotion time, they downplay your contribution or take credit subtly. Fix, help, but document. Keep boundaries. Don't overshare vulnerabilities. Scenario 2. Business partnership. Starting a cafe or tech app with a buddy. Draft ironclad agreements from day one. Equity, exit clauses. Treat as business first, friendship second. Networking. Meet a former enemy, maybe someone who beat you in a bid or criticized your idea online. Reach out. I respected how you handled X. Coffee to discuss collaboration. Turn rivalry into alliance. Social circle. Friend group where one person always one-ups or gets jealous of success. Limit sharing big wins with them. Keep surface level.
And the reversal? Every law has one.
Yes, the reversal. There are times when you can trust a friend completely, but they are rare and usually when the friendship is based on mutual self-interest rather than emotion, or when the friend has no reason to envy, example, different fields. But even then, stay vigilant. Also, if you're in a weak position, you might need to lean on friends temporarily, but as you gain power, reassess.
Mind-bending stuff. Any final thoughts or quotes to leave listeners with?
Voltaire. Lord, protect me from my friends. I can take care of my enemies. And Greene. Keep friends for friendship. Work with the skilled and competent. Your enemies are an untapped gold mine. Power isn't about being alone. It's about smart alliances. Friends for joy, enemies or ex-enemies for strength.
Listeners, ever had a friend betray you in a work or money situation, or turned a rival into an ally? Share in the comments. We might read some next time. Thanks for joining Power Plays. Hit like, subscribe, and we'll catch you for Law 3. Conceal your intentions.
Stay strategic out there.